guys, and welcome to Griffo's Retro Gaming, where today I'm going to be looking at 5 underappreciated SNES games. Now this isn't a top 5 list or 5 the best or anything like that. This is simply 5 great underappreciated games. And I've picked one from 5 different genres as well to try and get a mix for people to try. So with that in mind, kick back, relax, and let's take a look at 5 underappreciated SNES games. Now you would be forgiven for thinking that a game based on a fairly forgettable cartoon would not be very good. However, Goatrope isn't any ordinary cartoon to game release. You see, it's actually a really fun puzzle game that involves you moving objects to advance through each screen and throwing items to eliminate enemies. These puzzles increase in difficulty as you advance through each screen, as do the enemies. All standard stuff really. The visuals do look quite nice, and the settings are vibrant and varied enough to keep you interested. The music is as upbeat and as jolly as you would expect from a Disney cartoon, but couple that with the graphics and setting, and it just makes for a really fun and charming game. Released in 1993, Shadowrun is a cyberpunk fantasy action role-playing game, adapted from the tabletop role-playing game of the same name. You play as Jake Armitage, a man suffering from amnesia after having been critically wounded by assassins. Your adventure then begins with you waking up in a morgue and scaring the morticians. With no one around though, you must uncover your identity and find out who wants you dead. You play in a Blade Runner-esque type city viewed in an isometric layout, but it's dull and gritty, which really sets the tone for the game. As with any RPG, you unravel the story by speaking to NPCs and reading books and computers to gain any information that can advance the story. You use guns as the main weapons in game, and it is all action because what feels like on every screen you have assassins trying to kill you. It's a game that was ahead of its time. When you consider in the early 90s, all RPGs tended to be medieval in their look and feel. Shadowrun is simply captivating. It has atmospheric music, interesting characters, and a gripping story that is an absolute joy to play. Now you would be forgiven for looking at the name and game cover and not being inspired. In fact, you may even think it's a boring flight sim. I mean, look at it. But you would be wrong. You would be so wrong, because UN Squadron is actually a fantastic shoot 'em up by Capcom. Rather than being in a futuristic setting like most, UN Squadron opts for a more Top Gun feel and allows you to upgrade planes and even buy power-ups to help you along your way. It is a fast-paced game that does get a bit busy on screen, but it is satisfying rather than overwhelming. Unlike other shoot-em-ups, UN Squadron makes use of an energy bar rather than having the frustration of one-hit kills. This naturally makes UN Squadron easier than most, but it still does retain the difficulty you've come to expect with this genre of game. Graphically it's really nice. It's a clean looking game that is bright and colourful, which makes a refreshing change. It is well worth a go if you haven't played it, and the old adage is right. Never judge a game by its cover. Probably more notable for the fact that the creators of the game were sued by a little film studio named Pixar, Unirally is actually an extremely fun and fast-paced game featuring nothing more than unicycles. Whilst it is essentially another racer, Unirally injects a massive dose of fun in the form of placing heavy emphasis on performing stunts. It is viewed from a side-on 2D perspective, and you take part in fast races along dizzying tracks of coloured pipes. Each track is designed to be over the top, featuring loop-de-loops and ramps enabling you to perform simple tricks. And the whole point to performing these tricks is that it gives you a speed boost advantage. Where the game really shines, however, is in its two-player split-screen mode, which is an absolute delight, especially when you are both racing at full speed, jostling for the win. 25 years on, and Uni Rally is just as fun and as addictive as it ever was. Remember that annoying gargoyle on Ghouls and Ghosts that would always swoop down and kill you? Well, that's who you play as in Demon's Crest. That gargoyle is named Firebrand, and is actually the third instalment of the Gargoyles Quest series that first began on the Game Boy. At its core, Demon's Crest is a 2D platform game, but it does have light RPG elements. The goal of the game is to recover 6 elemental crests, and depending on how you play the game, you will be treated to 4 possible endings, which adds replay value to the game. The look and feel of the game is just wonderful. It's a dark game using a gloomy colour palette, accompanied by sinister yet beautiful music. The graphics are big and detailed, with the backgrounds looking stunning too. Furthermore, Demon's Crest took advantage of Mode 7 on the SNES, which allows the system to layer a 2D image on a scrolling plane, which felt like next generation. But seriously, it's fantastic, and it really is a must play. And that's my 5 underappreciated SNES games. Now, do you agree with that list? Or do you have some games of your own that I've missed out? Let me know in the comments, and I just want to thank you for watching. Your support is much appreciated, as always, and I will be back with another video very soon. Thanks again, guys.